Welcome to Conference Made Simple. From planning to execution, we've got you covered. I am your event lifecycle strategist and host, Rhonda A. White. And this week's segment is sponsored by Conference Architect, a conference firm helping elite professionals plan, manage, and execute their signature events so they can focus on excellence and not exhaustion, providing cost-effective, high-quality experiences that address budget, planning, and marketing challenges through proven processes, giving you back your time all while transforming your event into an unforgettable experience while leaving a lasting impression. Conference Made Simple channel is your go-to source for making your next conference a huge success. Make sure to check out this channel every Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time for a new segment for insights, tips, and expert advice to make your next conference unforgettable. This month's segment, we're going to focus on the top 5 mistakes to avoid in conference planning. As a conference facilitator, it is crucial to avoid these common mistakes to ensure a seamless and professional experience for your attendees, for your sponsors, exhibitors, vendors, heck, even yourself, your team, and your vision. It reinforces your credibility as an expert in your industry, and it gives value to your brand when your event is seamless. There's a whole lot, or a long list, I should say, of common event mistakes to avoid, but I'm only going to share about the 5 in this month's segment. Make sure to check out this channel every Friday, as I said before, at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So let's dive into the power of effective planning. Effective planning can alleviate logistical headaches, minimize stress, last-minute issues, budget overruns, and allow you to focus on delivering an impactful experience. We all know when everything runs smooth, your attendees are more engaged, so it boosts your engagement and they're satisfied. It creates a positive word of mouth about your business, about your event, about you and your brand. And potential long-term clients can come because it fosters building strong relationships, and it promotes future collaborations, right, for you and your business. The success of events with effective planning and strategies is often measured through your ROI, which is your return on investment, which can vary on event types, goals, and execution. Generally, a really good return on investment from an event is somewhere between 34 and 40%, right? That's a good number, y'all. Measuring that event tends to generate about this percentage over the total investment cost. For businesses focusing on more tangible outcomes, like your ticket sales and sponsorships and exhibitors and lead generation, achieving this range can indicate a successful return. However, intangible benefits like increased brand awareness, strengthened relationships, and enhanced clients' engagement can also be a significant measure of success. A lower event return on investment runs somewhere between 17 and 25%, or it could also be below. So effective planning, such as setting clear goals, selecting the right venue, managing your logistics, using your data from past events, contribute to maximizing your ROI. Data shows that early planning and strategic use of tools like event management software, tracking the finances, having a great budget, hiring an event management company can help facilitators maintain a high level of attendees satisfaction while optimizing costs and revenue opportunities. So measuring your ROI is a blend of tangible metrics like revenue, attendance, and sponsorship, and quantitative metrics such as participation satisfaction and brand perception. Using these insights, facilitators can refine future events, increase their chance of achieving a higher return on investment, and long-term success. So today I am going to be talking about the power of effective planning and one of the biggest mistakes I see with event planning, and that's not having a clear, defined objectives for your event. Too often, event facilitators dive into planning their big event without knowing their goals, and it leads to missed opportunities and a waste of resources. Think about it. How do you know if your event was successful if you don't know what you're going to measure? But when you have a clear objective, it's crucial for measuring the success of an event because it serves as a benchmark for evaluating every aspect of that planning process and the outcomes that it achieved. Without a well-defined objective or goals, it becomes difficult to gauge what success looks like, which can lead to misalignment in planning, ineffective resource allocation, and an inability to analyze what worked and what didn't work, and you can't get that time back, guys. So let's look at what I mean by goals. So for instance, maybe you said one of my goals for my event is I'm gonna fill all the seats. Sounds good, right? We're gonna sell all the seats out. We're gonna sell out. Sounds good. But that don't tell you anything about your attendees or your revenue goals. Are your attendees gonna be fully and truly engaged? Will they come back the next year because you just filled the seats? Does it tell you what your business need in revenue? No. Instead, set goals like I'm going to increase my engagement by 20% through interactive sections, something that's specific, measurable, or achievable, or I'm going to sell this amount of tickets for my event. Clear objectives help you focus your efforts and resources on what matters most to your event's purpose. Whether it's boosting brand visibility, whether it's generating leads, fostering networking opportunities, or increasing attendance satisfaction, and literally filling those seats, okay? This is what setting those goals is about. So I'm going to give you an example that we're going to work through, okay? When goals are specific, they guide all planning decisions and enable you to measure progress accurately, adjusting strategies as needed, and evaluate the event's impact afterwards. So let's talk about an example of a vague goal or objective versus a specific one, right? So vague one is, like I said earlier, filling those seats. I'm just going to fill all the seats. What about if you said, I'm going to sell, maybe the place that the venue you rented has, can seat 750. So you said instead, I'm going to sell 500 tickets at XYZ price point, right? With 70% attendees feedback. Now, that's a goal. This not only addresses the filling the seat, but it also ties into the attendance participation and feedback, which helps you gauge the success of your event and also it helps you to identify any areas of improvement that you may need. So when you're setting your objectives and goals for your event, remember, set those SMART goals. We all have heard about the SMART goals, right? Be specific, make sure it's measurable, make sure it's attainable, make sure it's relevant, and make sure it's timely, right? It is time bound. These types of goals not only guide your planning, but also helps you measure success accurately. They ensure that your conference doesn't just look good, it delivers results, which is what we're after. With specific objectives, you can measure tangible outcomes like attendees participation rate, revenue generated. You can make it easy to determine if the event delivered the intended value. Okay, you can also identify where improvements need to be made for future events. So before you dive into just throwing an event together, think about what you really want to achieve and how you're going to measure it, right? So one of the things that I want you to do on this video is I want you to drop a comment in the comment section and tell me what is your biggest challenge that you have with planning your event or setting goals for your event. Let me know. All right, now we talked about the number one mistakes, setting those clear objectives and goals. So I want to ask you and invite you to join the community here on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, invite other people, other business people, other coaches, publishers, entrepreneurs, small business owners, people that you know that are facilitators of event. Because listen, event is just another revenue stream if done correctly. I want you to also check out the free resource that I have for you in my LinkedIn. If you look in the bio, there's a link tree. Not LinkedIn, I'm sorry, there's a link tree link there. Click on that and it'll show you the free resources. Make sure that you also connect with us, Conference Architect, on IG or Instagram. Make sure you also connect with us in TikTok. It's still Conference Architects. and architects have an S on the end. And also on LinkedIn, we're still Conference Architect. We would love to just give you all the goodies and keep up with what you're going and see how we can support you. Now, are you ready to make your event a success? Then join us next Friday for mistake number 2, underestimating that budget. Don't miss out. See you soon.